Thank you, Ms. Young, for being here.
Good evening, members of the board, superintendent. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to talk this evening. I'll try to be brief. I'm a mom here in Louisville. I practice law, and I'm also mentoring a student at Westport Middle School. And I have grave concerns about the LSEN program that has been proposed. You know, sex education has been a part of the curricula in our public schools for many years, but yet our teen pregnancy rates and our STD rates continue to rise. And that is because although LSEN is saying that it's a different approach, it's really not a different approach. It's the same wink and nod, don't have sex, but we know you're going to do it and this is how you do it. We need to have a different approach. The curriculum outlined by LSEN on its website is about, a quote, providing age-appropriate and medically accurate information about human sexuality and the effective use of contraceptive and barrier methods. And my question is, who decides what's age-appropriate? There's a lot of vagary in LSEN's approach and a real lack of transparency. Why are our teachers being instructed on how to teach this LSEN approach without having undergone an extensive vetting and curriculum review process? It's no coincidence that the sponsors of this initiative include Planned Parenthood and ACLU. Planned Parenthood is the largest abortion provider in this country. 1 in 3 abortions is performed by Planned Parenthood. They are incentivized to bring women into their facility and abort their children. We don't want these people teaching our children sex education. Abstinence programs have been effective all across the country, be it Not Me Now in New York, to postponing sexual involvement programs in Georgia, to Teen-Aid Family Life Education Progress in the Western states. These programs testify to the efficacy of abstinence-based programs. Programs like LSEN give only a passing nod to abstinence and advise children, if you have sex, here's how you do it. They do nothing to stave off sexual activity among our youth. The cycle of teen pregnancy and sexually transmitted diseases continues. I am imploring you, members of the board, please don't give keys to the henhouse to these foxes. Think very carefully and work transparently to develop a sex education program within our county that meets the needs of the children and their parents. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Dana Webb. Dana Webb. Thank you, Ms. Webb.
And thanks to all of you for serving, and I'm glad Mr. Gies is here tonight. He'll be on board with you soon. Well, I'm going to echo the last few speakers, and I sent you all an email around 5:30 this afternoon using the email addresses from your website, with the exception of Dr. Hargens. I'm sorry I couldn't find one for you, so I'll be happy, or maybe one of you all could email mine, forward it to her. I just want to thank you for your service, and I know that you're considering the LSEN and Planned Parenthood curriculum. And Dr. Beck spoke earlier, mentioned the HHS study, which showed that it is a failure. The comprehensive sex ed programs are a failure, and I did include a link to an article in your email on the HHS study, as well as some other articles. Planned Parenthood is an industry, and they do benefit from promiscuity. They benefit from teen pregnancy, unfortunately. At least 10 states have moved to defund this scandal-plagued organization, and a lot of municipalities as well, at least 10 states. That was the most recent data that I saw from February. I don't think that Planned Parenthood and their supporters can be trusted to educate vulnerable young minds and on issues of morality. So I'm hoping that you all will not permit comprehensive sex ed, but will look for a good alternative, is we have a captive audience in the classroom. And we as parents, and I'm a grandparent of a JCPS student, we want to partner with you guys, and we want to work together to bring about something that benefits our children. I'm hoping that you will cancel the LSEN sex ed training session for the teachers, which is tomorrow, I understand, and that it won't be implemented in Jefferson County Public Schools until you all have a chance to hear from the community and research some good risk avoidance programs. And I just hope that we do not partner with such an organization. They don't have a good history, and we know their founder, Margaret Sanger, had some very unique views on minorities, and she didn't care for them and wanted to initiate genocide, but of course they still honor her in some ways, and that's unfortunate. And I thank you for your time.
Thank you. Our last speaker is Carol Brethschneider.